Okay, so then you're there, right? You're there, and then how do I? These are like gears meshing together. So axial elongation, Hotton supported technique, breath. Try that next one. Now this leg, this hip. Now put those together. Stretch. So don't get always hugging the mat or hugging the deck. So I come up and then it's like this is and not losing that tension as I kick. Stay low, hug, shoulder nice and low. So don't make it a step and an arm movement. But this whole assembly of my body is motivated by my back leg. So I get my leg into my hip, into the back of my elbow. And then don't let your hips sag. So some people might have this characteristic. Think of your stance as always forming a plateau that your torso sits upon. So I'm going to be very cognizant and kinesthetically aware of that plateau. So I'm going to keep it level like that. So don't go like that. Like that. And then shoulder down. And then my knee is going to kind of peek up through that space. But I'm not going to bump my head on this imaginary ceiling. And it's not going to stop. Boom. So don't go 1, 2. Make just a slight curve. So my hand. And as strong as you're kicking, fumikomi, the hands come back with the same intensity. So this motion is as strong as that motion. Let this leg reel you up. And it's going to pull this and it's going to pull the back of my elbow. So I'm not stepping. I'm kind of reeling myself up. And then as I push up, I'm pushing down simultaneously. So just say Sean put his arms up. Now put your arms up. He wants to feel this pressure go down his back and into the floor. So I'm not pushing really up, I'm pushing through. So I'm engaging this resonating guitar string along my back. So try, stay here. If you like that, I'm going to pull. So you get that feeling of like, pull. But you cannot shortcut these feelings. Like when you see somebody that pulls with that sense of connection to their center, connects to the ground as they make this morote agyuke or whatever, that feeling of connection, or the stretch of the rubber band, or when they synchronize their hip, those are hard-earned skills. But you got to know what you're looking at. You have to have felt it a little bit in yourself. Okay? These guys, I think, are very hard. So you're here. We're going to do this Ashibo Kakioke, followed by a Yamazuki. And sometimes people just raise their knee, and maybe it's your style, but I think this is a shin block. Like a little spiral is a shin block, and I drive into Zenbutsu. This is front kicking, shin block, driving like if Sean's kicking front kick, I'm shin blocking. Coming in with my technique. You all right? A little bit. So I'm going to sink, little spiral, step, drive my center in my Yamazuki. And this punch comes in, doesn't come like that. It comes in like that. Yeah, try that easy. The bottom hand is very much like that, like a boxer punch. So that's coming in. So this is this, and that. And this one here can be considered almost like block and hit simultaneously. Block and hit. So my sensei said there should be a transition between agyuke and jodansuki. So my agyuke doesn't do this. My agyuke is a straight line. If you bring it across, comes up, boom, boom, boom. Then if I want to be a little further out, boom. Now it's not agyuke, but it's like strike to that feeling. A strike to the mastoid or whatever. Or it's block simultaneously, like block and punch. Block and punch. But they're all just different iterations of the same gesture. So that's that hand. And then this one doesn't want to come in like that, comes in like that. And hug the mat, stay low. When you shift your weight, shift your center. I think this is the hardest move in the kata right here. Pulling back and maintaining your center. And I'm going to ask you to do it and ask yourself, am I losing that connection? Or can I make that shift and feel that nice connection still in my core that leads me into the next movement? Does it ever dissipate, or is I am always able to hold it? Now try. And I want you to think like you're dragging your arm through molasses. So it's not my arm this way, it's my body pulling my arm. So that pull my arm. Pull. 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 So it's a but it's not my arm, it's my body pulling. Yeah, try that. What you want to do is you want to sink your, like here's my, this is where my weight is sitting, really, here, like that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to squeeze up to that line, but now I'm really low in the room. My butt's tight. Then I push. So it's like squeeze, push. Squeeze, push. That feeling. So don't skip into it. Same, you're here, and deliberately with control, maintain your center. Make that line as your eye turns. Shoulder down, eye up, and then these guys put together. And I squeeze again.